number 107 on 107. One of my first, I don't know if this is my first live for 2025. I don't think it is, but just want to tap in. I'm in my car. I finally got me a tripod in my car. So if you're tapping in, you can be able to see me now. I didn't have a tripod before. Sorry about doing it last minute. I wanted to do it yesterday, the live with Jay. I had said I was gonna do it, and I went out of town to visit a friend, and I didn't get back home till hella late, and then I was really tired. So you know what I mean. I'm doing it now. You know what I mean. Well, that's what I'm saying. I couldn't do it yesterday because I was busy, and when I got home, I was really tired, and I crashed early. So I decided to do it today after work. I'm in the car. I finally got me a tripod at the house. I mean, at the house, in my car. Sorry about that. I finally got me a tripod in the car so I could do videos easier, and then I could do my work too. But hopefully you guys are tapping in. I told everyone to boycott you. But anyway, today we're going to talk about some serious stuff. I actually really wanted to do the live yesterday, but I wasn't able to. So I decided to do it today in the luxury of my car. You want to hear something funny? This parking lot, I come here to take a break usually, and a few cars down from me, hey, I didn't, I seen a young couple go in this car and they haven't been out since, so God knows what they're doing in there. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. I'm right here chilling, and I'm gonna once we get a little bit more people, you know what I mean. We will talk about the subjects that I want to talk about. Hey, at least some youngsters are getting some shit. A lot of these youngsters, they seem like they're scared to talk to females, so, more power to them. But, yeah, how's everybody doing? Hopefully more people tap in. I wanted to do this live. Even if not a lot of people tap in, fuck it, I'll just start talking about what I have to talk about. I have no clue. I'm in my car. I'm in a big parking lot, so it's like a few rows down. But anyway, let me see. I'm going after Fennel. Anyway. Alright, well fuck it. Let's talk about what I'm gonna talk about. So the first subject at hand we're gonna talk about today. We're going to talk about the fires in Los Angeles and Southern California. And if anyone is from LA on here, put it in the comments about what's going on down there, because I can only talk about what I see on the news, what I see in the media. You know what I mean? So, you feel me? As many of you probably know, there's these big fires in LA, in Southern California. Well, I guess in Los Angeles County. There's the Palisades fire, the Eden fire, and I think there's a couple other fires. They've been going on for the last few weeks now. We're in the middle of winter, and we're having forest fires. But in LA, I was saying this on a live the other day. Los Angeles itself is its terrain and its climate is different than Northern California's terrain and climate. You know what I mean? LA, for the most part, Southern California, not LA, but Southern California, for the most part, let's face it, a lot of it is desert. You know what I mean? A lot of it is dry, a lot of it is desert, a lot of it doesn't rain much. There's not a lot of water in Southern California. That is a fact. I'm not making fun of Southern California. I'm not playing the Southern California, Northern California thing. But Southern California doesn't have a lot of water. And, much of the water that comes from Southern California comes from Northern California, or it comes from the Colorado River. I think from the Hoover Dam and stuff like that. So that's where most of the water sources of LA come from. To be honest with you, Los Angeles, if you know its history, Los Angeles wouldn't even have been a major city if it wasn't for a guy named Mulholland. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Mulholland. I forget his first name, but his last name was Mulholland. I think in LA there's a lot of things named after him. And Mulholland is the one who was able to bring water, who built aqueducts and pipes that brought water from Northern California to Southern California. Now, one might ask, why Northern California? Why does water come from Northern California? Again, you have to look at land, you have to look at weather. Southern California, a lot of it is desert, a lot of it is dry. You know, there's that old saying, it never rains in Southern California. You know what I mean? But in Northern California, it's always raining game. We already know this. You feel me? But no, you know, let's face it. A lot of Northern California, not all of it, but a lot of it is it's like forest. It's green. It's luscious. It's one of the reasons why we have a lot of lakes. It's one of the reasons we have forests out here. It's one of the reasons we have some of the most fertile agriculture out here, the Central Valley. It's one of the reasons the Bay Area is such a beautiful green place. It's one of the reasons we have the Sierras. It snows up there. There's forests up there. You know what I mean? So it rains a lot here. So we have more than enough water. We have so many lakes in Northern California. We never really think about it, but we have so many lakes in the north. You know what I mean? Everywhere in the Bay, we have lakes. In the valley, we have lakes up north. We have lakes in the you know, Lake Tahoe's a big lake out there, Nevada, you know, California border. So, you know, Northern California is a wetland, put it like that, for sure. And we can't deny it. And the more north you go, the more it rains. So how does this compare to what's going on in Southern California? Well, these fires broke out, and I don't know what's been going on, but one of the big reasons I heard that Southern California fires have been going on is because there isn't enough water, and because the fire hydrants, some of the fire hydrants weren't even working. And you know, the thing about this fire that's different from others, even though historically there's always fires in Southern California, and to be fair, there's always fires in Northern California, you know what I mean? But it's easier to put them out here sometimes than it is down there because of the water situation down there. But, and also the Santa Ana winds, you know what I mean? You have the Santa Ana winds, you have you know, dry conditions. It doesn't rain a lot down there. So all those things play part, you know what I mean? The reservoir makes me wonder why the fire hydrants weren't. We'll talk about that. So I'm talking about the difference between geographies. So, you know, it's been hard to get those fires out. And without rain, I don't even know if it rained in Southern California this year. It barely even rained up here this year in Northern California. I mean, the Bay Area only got, it did get some rainy days, but not as much as we usually get. Like, it's been dry the last few days. It's actually been feeling like, kind of like fall lately. Like, it's been kind of like the daytimes have been like lightweight warm a little bit. And, you know, there's a lot of things, speculations. There's some people that are saying the fires started because of climate change, because of the world getting hotter. You know, there's also speculations that these fires were started by homeless people, by illegal immigrants, I've heard, by arsonists, by this, by that. There's a lot of conspiracy theories floating around. A lot of people are saying that these fires are some of the largest fires in Southern California history. And they've actually not just burnt down rich places, you know, because usually these fires, like here in the Bay Area, or Northern California, usually when we have these fires, they usually affect rich areas or areas where there's a lot of people with a lot of money. Hence, you know, places like the Sierras, places like the Oakland Hills, places like, you know, up in the mountains, you know what I mean? Nice areas are usually the places that it affects, you know what I mean? People with money. In Los Angeles, too. Most usually when these fires happen, they usually happen and like in the hills and areas where with people with money live in. But this time around, some of these fires have actually reached poor neighborhoods, or at least working class neighborhoods. Pasadena, Altadena. You know, uh, I don't know if they've reached other areas of Southern California that have that are in the city itself. Let me know in the comments if you're from LA. Let me know how big this fire is and how it's affecting Los Angeles right now. But like a lot of people in Altadena, which I guess what I've been able to study is that it's near Pasadena, and it's a predominantly black and brown area, and a lot of raza and black people have lost their homes. You know what I mean? And these are working class people. These aren't rich millionaires or nothing like that. These are gente, you feel me? People that work every day, people that probably struggled to buy a house, or even if they were renting, they were working hard, you feel me? And now they lost everything. And get that G-Man idiot out of here. But anyway, a lot of things have been affected out there, and people have been affected. Poor people, or at least working class people, people who work hard, man. So you can't say it's just rich people. It's just people in the hills. Now, historically, yes, this is a big fire. Is it the first time they've had fires in Los Angeles? No, it's not. You know what I mean? There's been plenty of forest fire. I remember one time I was in Los Angeles, and I shit you not, like the day I got there, nothing. It was cool. Like 2 days later of me being in Los Angeles, this was let me remember. But anyway, let me go back to the story. 2 days after being in Los Angeles, like 3 or 4, I swear to God, like 3 forest fires broke out. One I think broke out in Orange County, and another broke out in the Grapevine. You know what I mean? Up there by by Santa Clarita, up there by Magic Mountain area. You know what I mean? And I mean, they just spread like wildfire, like literally overnight, bro. So yeah, this is nothing new. These fires happen a lot out there. You know what I mean? The last big fire we had in Northern California was that big one. Shortcuts or somebody in the comments help me out, when that town got destroyed in the mountains over there in ¿cómo se llama? In the Sierras. I think it was called Paradise, California, I think. And that shit was crazy. I remember that fire was so bad that the Bay Area was covered in soot for like a week. It was hard to breathe. You remember that, Shortcuts? Remember when the Bay Area was covered with smoke? That shit was nasty, bro. That shit was nasty. That was like what, like 2017, 18, something like that. I remember I couldn't even breathe, bro. I remember I had to go out to I think Vacaville to do something, and oh my God, bro, it was even worse there, bro. Yeah, that was pretty bad. You know what I mean? And I mean, like in the Bay Area, we've had a few forest fires, but nothing major. I think the last major forest fire we had in Oakland was the Oakland Hills fire in 1991. Ironically, I wasn't here for that. I thought I was here for that, but now that I think about it, I think I was in Sacramento when that happened. But I do remember it. I think I was in Sacramento. Was I in Sacramento or was I here? I can't remember, bro. But anyway, I'm getting fucking old, bro. I'm starting to forget things, which kind of sucks. But like the Oakland Hills fire in 1991, that was one of the last big fires we had in the Bay Area. And we've had other small brush fires and a couple of... there was a fire, I remember a few years back, maybe Shortcuts might remember. There was a big fire in Mount Diablo in Concord. You feel me? You feel me? And I don't know if you guys remember that fire. That was a couple years back in Mount Diablo over there, Walnut Creek, Concord area. but luckily we haven't had nothing big like that. And even like when the Oakland Hills fire happened, they were able to contain it and only destroyed the areas that it mainly destroyed was up there by Montclair Village, kind of up there by the Oakland Hills, by the Caldecott Tunnel, kind of where Oakland and Berkeley meet. You know what I mean? That was the area mostly affected. And yeah, actually, I got to see the aftermath of the Oakland Hills fire. I remember driving by there, and it was crazy how it looked. Photoverse! We're talking about the forest fires, the fires in LA. But yeah, man, it's pretty unfortunate, that a lot of raza, a lot of blacks lost their homes. Working class people who fought hard, who worked hard for their stuff. I came to Mexico long ago. I was seeing LA on fire on the freeway. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, I went to LA. I want to say this was like 2007 or 8. I went out there with a friend. We kicked it out there. And I shit you not, it was cool when we got there. And like 2 days, we kicked it out there for like 3 or 4 days. And like 2 days into our stay there, like big ass fires just broke out, bro. I could literally see like the smoke from where I was at. And then like that, I swear to God, I never seen a forest fire get that crazy out of control. I could even see it from where I was at. You feel me? I was actually in Orange County with my friend because his dad lived out there. We went out there to visit his dad, and we took like a little trip through LA, and we went exploring Los Angeles, Hollywood, and all that. And yeah, man, we were in Orange County. I think we were in Costa Mesa. Does anybody know where Costa Mesa is? And I mean, that shit just blew up. Like there was just like fires everywhere. I can just remember just seeing smoke everywhere, bro. It was crazy. But yeah, man. Yeah, but it's unfortunate what's going on in LA, man. Hopefully they're able to contain them fires. Does anybody know if those fires are getting close to the city itself, or is it just stuck to the hilly areas? And does anybody know Pasadena? Because I'm not too familiar with that area. I've never been to Pasadena. I kind of know where it's at, but I've never been there. If anybody in the comments, let me know what Pasadena or Altadena is like. I don't know much about it. You feel me? I'm only going by what I read. And how did these fires start? A lot of people are playing right now. Everyone's playing the blame game. They're blaming the mayor of LA. They're blaming the fire chief. They're blaming homeless people. They're blaming illegal immigrants. They're blaming climate change. They're blaming lack of water. You feel me? What do you guys think? What do they got under control, but still windy? Biden and Newsom. Maybe it was Trump. Maybe he's trying to make the Democrats look bad. Hired a bunch of JCATs to start a bunch of fires. I haven't heard of, I've even seen some video floating around saying that some immigrant from Mexico who was like part of the cartel started the fire. I don't know. There's so much nonsense out there. It's hard to take anything seriously, bro. You feel me? I was 20, that was 9 years ago. What happened 9 years ago? It was Peso Pluma. It was somebody. It's pretty crazy though. But yeah, man, I just wanted to give you guys a breakdown of the water situation in LA. You know what I mean? And that is the truth. You could look it up if you don't believe me. And people are blaming everybody. They're blaming Trump. They're blaming Gavin Newsom. They're blaming the mayor. They're blaming this, that. Freeway. Orale. Oh, okay. Well, the people that are going to benefit are going to be the insurance companies, because they're that's fucked up. They're actually cutting people's insurance companies, and our government allows that shit. They're cutting people's insurance companies. I mean, cutting people's insurance policies. I'm sorry. Like literally, I can't even believe that that's even fucking legal. That just goes to show you, Democrat, Republican, they're all the fucking same, bro. That's what I keep trying to tell you people, man. You feel me? Because Biden is still president. Why doesn't he have an executive order saying that the company, like the insurance companies, can't do that to people, especially people who are paying their insurance and you know what I mean, and they're denying their claims. Supposedly, that's what I'm hearing, which that's fucked up. That's wrong. No matter how you look at it, you know what I mean. Developers are gonna make money off of it too. A lot of them. State Farm canceled the Super Bowl. Did they? Oh, the ad. And people wonder why Luigi Mangione and people are mad at CEOs, bro, of these companies, of these fucking criminal corporations, bro. You feel me? Like that's where you should pay attention to shit like that. You know what I mean? Our government, after all the regulations that they claim they do, they don't regulate that. You feel me? Because of Bippin. Hey Jay, when do you do your yearly State of the Union? Right now I'm doing a live with Jay and I'm talking about the situation in Los Angeles, you know, the fires, you know, and a few other things. But yeah, man, it's pretty tragic, man. It's pretty tragic. It's pretty tragic that the people in Altadena, the black and brown folks, working class folks, even the ones that aren't black and brown, even like working class white or Asian folks, they get affected by this. Working class or even middle class folks, it's fucked up that they're gonna be at the bottom end of the fucking stick. You know what I mean? They might get help from FEMA, but you know, the insurance companies are probably not gonna help them. And that's wrong, bro. That's not right. I left my wallet in El Segundo. El Segundo. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Richie Lowe sees these developers. You know what? That couple still hasn't come out of that car. Makes you wonder. Why in a parking lot here, though? If I was with a broad, I'd take her to a darker spot or something. But anyway, but that's none of my business. I was here taking my break before they showed up, so fuck them. Anyway, but yeah, man, it's just sad, man. It's crazy. It's crazy, but it doesn't surprise me. None of this surprised me, you know. Hopefully it rains out there, man. That's the only thing I could pray for in Southern California is hopefully it actually does rain in Southern California. It better rain in Southern California because they're gonna need it. You know what I mean? They're gonna need it. God, for they want me to watch. Oh wait a minute! I just seen their car turn on. Looks like they're taking off. Right when you said it, they turned. I seen the car come on. They've been in there for like a good 45 minutes probably. But yeah, man. Yeah, it's just sad, man. God, I would hate to picture that happening to me, bro. You know, that would be fucked up, man. Imagine losing all your shit, your house just gone, bro. Burned literally to the crisp, to the ground, bro. I mean, god damn, that would break my heart, bro. All the fucking hard work my dad did for us to have that house, bro. All the hard work we did to help him. You know what I mean? I'm just thinking, like, fuck, bro. That would break my heart, but, you know. Yeah. Yeah, what's the death toll? Anybody know? I don't really know. I haven't really paid attention, but I heard it is climbing. I remember when the Oakland Hills fire, I remember some people died in their cars. I remember like people trying to get away and they got caught in their cars and burnt up. 25, 10 or yeah, bunch missing. Yeah, yeah, a lot of bodies got burnt too. So they'll find them eventually. Pieces of them, unfortunately. I remember the big fire. You know what? The one that tripped me out was the fire in 2017, and I remember the year because that's the year my dad passed away. Because it happened about roughly a month after my dad passed away. Was the big fire in that was up there like going towards like Sonoma, and it got into Santa Rosa and it burned a neighborhood called what was the neighborhood called? I forget the name of the neighborhood. It was a neighborhood in Santa Rosa. I guess it was more or less a middle class neighborhood. I don't think it was one of the poor neighborhoods in Santa Rosa, the Rose Town, and yeah, it literally burnt down the whole neighborhood. You know what I mean? That was crazy, bro. That was crazy how it hit the city like that. It could have literally burned down the city of Santa Rosa, you know? At the time, yeah, that was in 2017. I remember that was September. I think it was like September of 2017. But I could smell that fire because I remember me and my sister were in the living room watching TV. We were watching a movie, I think, and then it was roughly around 9 at night. And I remember my sister's like, fuck, is something on fire? And I didn't smell it at first, and then I was like, yeah, I smell it. What is that? And it smelled strong. Like, even though it was way out Santa Rosa, like an hour from here, or from where I live, I could smell it. Like, I could smell the fire. Like, it was like outside. Literally, it smelled that bad. And I remember I went outside to make sure nothing was on fire outside. Everything was cool. And I was like, what the hell's that smell? Me and my sister were tripping. We're like, what is that? And then about an hour later, we watched the news and they started showing about the fire in Santa Rosa. I was like, oh shit, that's what we're smelling. And we're an hour away from Santa Rosa, so it smelled like strong here where I'm at. Maybe not an hour away, maybe like 45 minutes away from Santa. Yeah. Trying to think from where I live. If there's no traffic, Santa Rosa, yeah, it's about an hour to 45 minutes probably where I live. Oh, we're going to talk about that fool too. But yeah, man, I remember me and my sister were watching a movie and then yeah, we thought something was on fire. Like, we thought like some brush was on fire because we ran outside. I remember the wind was big, was bad that day. I don't know if you guys remember that. I remember it was windy as hell outside. Kind of like the Santa Ana winds in Southern California. What is the Santa Ana winds? Does anybody tell me what that is? I always hear about that, but we don't have that out here that I know of. Is that like some kind of winds that hit Southern California all the time? Explain to me what the Santa Ana winds are, and when do the Santa Ana winds come? Do they come at a certain time of the year? Are they? You know what I mean? Leave it in the comments if you know. Winds caused by geological form. I know that. I'm just saying, particularly the Santa Ana winds that I always hear about in Southern California. Hills and valleys. But I'm saying, why do they call them Santa Ana winds? I gotta look that up. Do they come from Santa Ana, the city? I don't know. I always wonder why they're called that. Yeah, I've heard that argument too, that it's about climate change too. The Dust Bowl. Uh-oh, 5-0's. 5-0's in the parking lot. Hopefully he don't come mess with me. He's gonna catch that couple. Ah, nah, he left. 41st. I met some fools from 41st back in the days through my brother. Way back in the days. Nah, he took off. He just drove through the parking lot probably to make sure no JCACs were here. 41st Psychos. My brother knew a lot of them fools. But yeah, man, I'm not in a ghetto area right now, so that's why. I'm like in a nice area. In the ghetto area, you ain't gonna see no cop in the parking lot. I don't even care. Also from 41st. I remember I met that OG back in the days, Bam Bam from 41st when I was younger. I met one of the dudes that was on the documentary too, through my brother a long time ago. Yeah, Oakland got nice areas. Montclair Village, the Oakland Hills, Piedmont. Lake Merritt area is pretty nice. But yeah, man, it's just nah, I'm not from the '60s. Yeah, I met Bam Bam a long time ago. I think he passed away though. But I met him when I was a kid through my brother. You might, if you're from that generation, you might know my brother from 36 Locos. But yeah, man. But anyway, let's talk about SPM. Somebody brought up SPM, so I heard that SPM was denied parole. I guess he thought he was getting out. You feel me? The Chomo himself, you know. But going back to the video I made a while back about that situation about back in the days, dudes taking advantage of younger girls. Remember, SPM is an old head, so he's from that generation, and he got money and fame, and that mentality was going to be all good for him, and he was going to be able to get away with that, but it turned on him. You know what I mean? I don't want to talk about the details of the case and all that stuff. I don't even remember most of it. Can I ask you why you talking to people you don't know? Why not talk to your family or friends? Hey, if it bothers you, you can press I don't want to be in this chat button. I'm not forcing you here. But anyway, yeah, man. What a fucking pendejo. But I'm not surprised, bro. I'm not surprised. You know what I mean? Not surprised, especially given how fools work back in the days. The fools thought they could get away with doing shit like that, and a lot of dudes did, unfortunately. And he thought he was slick. He thought that fame was gonna save him, but he got caught, and he's in prison, and he's a fucking chomo, and that's where he belongs. And that's all I can say. You feel me? I don't know how it is in Texas with those kind of folks, but you already know if he was in California, he'd be all bad. Crazy how a lot of people try to defend that fool and say, oh, he got thrown under the bus, this, that, you know what I mean? But I have no idea, man. All I know is a fucking pendejo. He could have avoided all of that. I mean, he had money, fame. He could have had any woman he wanted. You know what I mean? But he decided to do what he was going to do. And those are the consequences. Well, you got to remember, Other states don't have the same politics that California has, unfortunately. So that's one of the reasons he probably is popular in Texas. I don't know how they view that in Texas. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna start making shit up, but because I don't know. But here in California, yeah, someone like that, you already know it's all bad for him. you know. But there are some people, I don't know if they're from Texas, I don't know where they're from, but there are some people who defend South Park Mexican and his mentality. You know what I mean? And what a pendejo though, man. What a fucking pendejo, bro. Fuck. What an idiot. I'm telling you, bro. If I became a millionaire tomorrow, that would be the last thing I would do, bro. You feel me? Give me an old bitch, it's fine. Fuck. I know, Bash. Well, I don't know. I'm not trying to be mean, but I like doing this. I like talking to people. I'm a very talkative person, and that's just how I am. But I'm not the only one that does this. Everybody talks to strangers on here. You know what I mean? Or at least, man, at least get a girl that's like 20 or 19. I mean, if that, at least she's legal. Fuck. Or 18, but fuck, it's like, you know what I mean? Is Bash and Goto still cool with them? But like I said, bro, that old mentality, bro, of how it used to be. That's the one thing that nobody wants to talk about, that people want to hide from. In the old days, let's face it, a lot of fools used to do funny styling ass shit with young females, bro. Old motherfuckers. And a lot of them got away with it. You know what I mean? And SPM is from that generation. You know? But it backfired on him, which it should have. And that's just how it is, man. I know people don't want to hear that, but that's the reality, man. You know? I guarantee you, some people watching my live now probably, I don't know, but there's a lot of people out there that probably had a parent that was underage and another parent who was older. You feel me? It's crazy how common that was back in the days. Selena's killer's getting, I don't know, she was supposed to, right? Or possibly getting paroled. Yeah. Yeah, Bash and Gold Toes was kind of defending him a while back, wasn't he? Or at least he was like, he wasn't really calling him out. Or 10 years apart. Hey, there's a cat right there next to me. A little brown and white cat just walked by me. If I had food, I would have gave him some food. I ran out of food though. Nah, it was a real cat. Little gatito. But yeah, man. So, fucking, uh, este, SPM, South Park Mexican, Mr. Carlos Coy is gonna stay in jail. He ain't coming out. I bet you hella people were excited for him to come out. I bet you there was a lot of whatchamacallits, podcasts that thought they were gonna get a exclusive interview with him. Yeah, that ain't happening now. Sorry. But yeah, man. So let's talk about Trumpita. Mr. Trump. That motherfucker's gonna be your commander in chief. You know, that's gonna be your commander in chief in a couple days, right? Adam 12, yeah. That fool's gonna be the president, what, on the 20th, right? He's getting sworn in. We're gonna have Hitler. The second coming of Hitler as our president. Trumpita, the felon. That fool's coming in, man. We'll see what happens. We might all end up getting deported. Fuck Trump. I'm not a Trumper, bro. I'm not a Democrat either. I can't stand none of those motherfuckers. I say fuck both of them. Yeah, it's basically an idiocracy. Trump is God, remember? He's the new God. Trump is Jesus. Jesus resurrected. I voted, but I'm not a Trumper or a fucking Democrat. But I'm not no fucking Donald Trump ain't gonna do nothing for me. He's a fucking billionaire, bro. He don't give a fuck about you or me, bro. All he cares about is the donor class, bro. All he cares about is lining the pockets of of all he cares about is lining the pockets of billionaires. No different than fucking Bush, no different than Obama, no different than fucking Biden. That's it. You feel me? That's all they care about, bro. They don't give a fuck about you. They're not pro America. They'll sell America out quickly if they could, bro. You know what I mean? Those motherfuckers, they don't give a fuck, bro. They will fucking sell America out. You know what I mean? They were selling America out to China. People forget that when the corporations were selling America out to fucking China, and now everyone wants to act like China's the enemy when our government gave them our economy. And Donald Trump and all those people played a part in that, bro. I remember it was so bad that I used to hear rumors that the Chinese government was buying properties in San Francisco. The Chinese fucking government, not Chinese investors, the Chinese government. Why would the Chinese government be buying up properties in San Francisco and Los Angeles? Why? And why would our government allow that? You tell me. And this was under Trump and under Obama. You know? Remember when Mark Zuckerberg was learning Chinese because China was the future? Remember that? People don't want to remember that. You know what I mean? So these fools do not give a fuck about you, bro, and they don't give a fuck about me. And he married a Chinese, yeah? Was she Chinese? I don't remember what she was, but he did marry an Asian. You feel me? But now everybody wants to talk about, oh my God, China. We're scared of China. Now they want to ban TikTok. Let's talk about TikTok. TikTok is banned because Chinese spies are gonna fucking spy on you. Well, you voted for a fucking crook and a criminal, bro, so there you go. You know what I mean? And he's probably gonna deport a bunch of fucking people for no fucking reason. But I can't put that on Trump because the Democrats have voted for have fucking deported more people than even Trump's fucking dumbass. Let's go. So that's one thing I can't blame on Trump because Trump didn't deport as many people. Obama and Clinton deported more people. And then Biden did too. As much as people want to say that the border is open and blah, 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 the Democrats have deported more people than anybody, bro. Even more so than Bush. You know what I mean? So this whole Trump thing, like he's gonna be the savior of America, you know what I mean? It's just fucking bullshit. You're only fooling yourself, bro, if you believe that he's for America or for you, or he don't give a fuck about nothing, bro. You know what I mean? If Russia and China fucking gave him power, bro, he'd get down on his knees and suck their fucking cock quicker than you could think of, bro. Trump is a fucking senile idiot himself. Trump is just as old as fucking stupid ass fucking Biden. I don't care about her either. She's a cop. She's a fucking cop. Fuck her too. That's what I'm telling you, Rich. I don't give a fuck about any of these people. Fuck Trump, fuck Kamala, fuck fucking Biden, fuck them. Now that's a real American right there. Exactly, the Democrats and the Republican bloods. America wasn't even meant for us anyway, bro. America was originally meant for white motherfucking business owners, bro. That was the original people that the Constitution was for, bro. Yeah, obviously that changed now, but that's who the Constitution was for originally. For rich landowners. Look it up, you don't believe me. It's all in our history. For European Americans, exactly. For Euro Americans. And the funny thing is, they were so fucked up at that time that not everybody was a European American to them. Not everybody was an Anglo. If you were Italian, if you were Irish, if you were Polish, if you were Jewish, you technically weren't white. You had to be English. You had to be, British. You had to come from, the aristocracy, as they called it. Hell, even Germans weren't considered white at one point. Believe that one. In the U.S. I think Germans were the first immigrant group that the U.S. targeted, if I remember right, in history class. You feel me? Germans, even before the Irish. I think it was the Germans, because Germans started coming into the U.S. in big numbers. And I remember reading about how they were like, at the time, saying, all these Germans are coming in, they're taking our jobs, they're going to Germanize everything. We're an Anglo nation, because Anglo, that means English. You know what I mean? And then when they accepted the Germans, then the Irish came. Then the Irish were drunks, they were Catholics, they were, incorrigible. They They were gonna destroy the American culture and blah blah blah. And then once it was up, once they were accepted, then the Italians, they didn't like the Italians because the Italians were these dirty greaser dagos, you know, gangsters, and they were dirty and they were gonna mess up the country. And then after that, it was the Chinese and the Japanese, and then now it's the Mexicans. You know, at one point it was the Arabs, and it just keeps going and going. It's always a scapegoat. Oh yeah, I heard about that nonsense. Maybe I'll make a live about that in the future. I know about that. That FBA stuff. That's Tariq Nasheed and his cult. But we'll see. Trump is coming in. I don't think there's gonna be much differences. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna be the same old shit. Rich are gonna get richer, poor are gonna get poorer, and that's just how it's gonna be. I already made a live about the drones. Didn't you tap in? Oh yeah, Lord Jamar. That guy's a JCAT too. And Tariq Nasheed is supposedly so FBA and pro-black, and he's over there kissing Vlad and fucking Adam 22's fucking ass. I don't know if were there any drones spotted over the fires. That'd be interesting. But I did make a video about the drones about a couple weeks ago. What up, bears? I talked about that, about aliens, UFOs. I talked about how people were seeing the. I'm not a politician worshiper, but I know about politics a little bit. I've studied politics. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Those dudes are JCACs, bro. I don't listen to those fucking JCACs, bro. It's just unfortunate that, those kind of people, they attract the lowest common denominator of people, so it is what it is. It was Wendy and the aliens. But yeah, y'all, I wanted to do this live today and talk about these issues. And what do you guys think about the TikTok ban? I heard that China is actually gonna block TikTok Saturday, I think. So I don't know if you guys read that. If you don't, look it up. So what do you? I never downloaded TikTok, so it's funny because Trump is the one that originated the ban, and then Biden is the one that actually signed it into law. So, you know, so much for bipartisanship. But but yeah, a lot of people are gonna lose an income there. Maybe I don't know. He'd have to do it to the Chinese government. Yeah, I never downloaded it. I never had it. But it's not going to exist unless Trump's been saying that he might take the band out, so we'll see. But I know a lot of people who make money through TikTok are going to lose that money source. You feel me? They better start looking for some other way of making money. Our old friend Chris Grima, you know who our old friend is? He has a TikTok account. But anyway, I gotta head out. I gotta head back home. But I had promised you guys I was gonna do this live, and I gotta head out. So I did the live. We talked about what I wanted to talk about. Hopefully, you guys got something good out of it. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the live. Thank you guys for the people that tapped in. Shortcuts, Chris, Richie, 2004. I didn't see some of the usuals on here today, but yeah, man, we'll see what's gonna happen with the TikTok ban. We'll see what's gonna happen with Trumpita as president. We're gonna see what's gonna happen with these fires, man. Hopefully, they bring them under control in LA, cause it's pretty messed up what's going on down there. But hey, y'all, I gotta tap out. You guys be safe. I'll talk to you guys later. Orale.